Hey everyone, Carrie Beck here. So sorry, I am late, and you'll probably see why I'm late. Okay, here we go. Carrie Beck here with How to Homeschool My Child and Raising Leaders, Not Followers. Thank you for your patience. I meant to be here at 5 minutes ago. And you know what it's like when you have kids. So I'm babysitting a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old who's one of them sitting right under there. Well, I'll just show you. See if I can show you. There you go. He's underneath there. So we're having a few little issues with feeding the dog all the Cheerios. Okay, today we're talking about leaders in training, and I want to answer any questions that you might have. I had some questions submitted, so I'm happy to go through those. But if you are on this live call or even on the replay, leave a comment and let me know what questions you have about raising your kids to lead for Jesus. To influence and to impact the world for Jesus Christ. So, sort of trying to get my face in the right place. Let's make sure that we're really live. And there we are. And we even have some people here. Okay, let me see that. Leave a comment, just let me know any questions or just things that you maybe have learned, biggest takeaways about homeschool, about raising leaders and not. One of the questions I have gotten is, I don't have time to add more activities. And I understand I didn't have time for more activities, but what I did was I used the activities I was already doing and I added purpose and intention to it. So if you want to raise your kids to be leaders, you don't need to like change your whole homeschool. You just need to have your mind thinking the right way so that you're building character throughout their activities, so that you are encouraging a love of learning and giving them tools of learning instead of just saying, here, do this, do that, and they just follow all the way. And then as they get older, we have a process that can be used in any subject area: reading, math, science, history, Bible, politics, theology, art, and music appreciation. We have a process to encourage critical thinking skills and making wise decisions. So that would be something that you could actually do as well. So we are talking more about a lifestyle. A lifestyle. This is what we did in life. It wasn't something that we added on. Oh, okay, now we need to spend this 1 hour every day raising our kids to be leaders. No, they are processes and ways to teach your different subject areas so that they begin to think critically, they can make wise decisions, they will become lifetime learners that will impact for Jesus. So that's part of it. Just watching the 1-year-old. Another question that I have gotten is, okay, if I were to invest in your raising leaders, not followers, and I guess I will write that in the comments so that you know. Okay, hold on a second. If I were to invest in raising leaders, not followers, the course that some of you have looked at, what other supplies, what other training? Am I going to have to go spend a whole bunch more money? And the answer is no. Because we use real books, and those books are at the library, and you can just go to the library and actually use those books. No, thank you. I didn't want him feeding the dog. And real books that you can use. Now, I bet the other things that we suggest are things like art supplies, that you probably already have some markers and some craft supplies or science supplies, those kinds of things. We're not asking for different things. It's what, if your child's interested in something, a lot of times you will go and buy the things in that interest, because that's part of leadership education. It is taking ownership, taking leadership in what they are actually interested in. And their education becomes a very individualized one, because you're not individualizing it. By high school, your kids should be making all their decisions by the end of their high school years about their education, about their academics. So that would be another, no, you don't have to buy anything else. Let me look. I'm looking at my list. I don't feel ready now. I'm not quite sure. I think I need to do a little more research or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, you're never ready for anything completely. I will tell you, when I discovered leadership education, it wasn't like I wanted to make a whole bunch of different changes in my homeschool, but I knew that I wanted something better. I wanted something that had purpose and intention. And so that was one reason that I did this. I didn't want, I mean, yes, Charlotte Mason, classical, those are all good and they can get you into the right place, but I guess I wanted an overall mission, overall reason for going through education, and that was to raise kids to be leaders and not followers. Now, we're going to always follow Jesus Christ, but I wanted my kids, and let's define leadership. I did this a few weeks ago. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So that is one thing you need to keep in mind. So you are as ready as you will ever be, and so I think that's something. I had another question that said, how does leadership education simplify? It sounds like I'm going to be adding an extra activities. No, again, this is a lifestyle. There you go. This is a lifestyle. This is just part of life. It's just like you walk with God every day as part of your life, and you want that to be part of your kid's life. And so that is why I say it's simplifying. We are adding a whole bunch of activities. We want to go along with what you are already called to do as a Christian mom or a Christian dad, to raise your kids in godliness to where they have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Excuse all the nonsense, holding fingers and letting them walk. You need to be able to allow them to take that ownership, to take that leadership. And then I will tell you, in high school, your life should be super simple. So if you have like teenagers and you have 8-year-olds, by the time those kids are teenagers, they should be actually planning and taking ownership and leadership in their own education. That gives you the time to spend more time with your younger kids, developing a love of learning, developing the tools of learning, developing the foundation of character. We've been talking about this for 3 or 4 weeks. So that is why I truly believe that Raising Leaders, Not Followers helps you simplify your homeschool education as well. So and for those of you that have been asking, you're wondering, where do I even learn more about it? Maybe you didn't even see the class that we gave twice last week. You can go to howtohomeschoolmychild.com/leaders, all lowercase. I was going to put that here until my grandson interrupted me. So let me just put that now, and then I will keep answering any questions that you have about raising your kids to be leaders. That's what this is all about. If I could spell leaders. Okay, there we go. That should take you to the right place. I hope that goes to the right place. All right. What other questions do y'all have? I have a few more that have been sent in, but I am trying to watch the chat on my phone so that I can see what kind of questions do you have. Do you have questions about character building, about love of learning, tools of learning, critical thinking skills, making wise decisions, becoming an adult leader? I've already talked about giving your kids the opportunity to take ownership in their education and leadership. That's what we did. We began it freshman year. They planned every Monday. We planned together. After that, they pretty much could plan the rest of their school year on their own. Now, that we still talked. I touched base with them throughout the week. We read out loud together. We had discussions together. But it was something. Can you hear that crying? This isn't very professional. Okay, I think he's okay. So that is sort of what we are looking for. We want to raise our kids to do that. At the younger ages, you're going to go dive in more into what some of their interests are as well. I had another question that just came in. If I am interested in Raising Leaders, Not Followers, do I have to enroll now? No, you don't. But I will tell you, the last day that you can enroll until 2023, next year, is tomorrow. So if it is something that you are interested in, go take a look at that course. If you're concerned about money, because I know some of you have said, I am super interested in this, but money's an issue, and I get it. But I will tell you that we do have a payment plan, so that will help relieve. I think it's $54 a month, and so you can look at that, and that would be an option as well. I will also tell you that tomorrow, watch your email, because we've got some surprise bonuses, over $100 worth of classic books for each person that has enrolled or enrolls tomorrow. So, any other questions that you have? Remember, this is truly a lifestyle, raising your kids with purpose. Whether you homeschool or whether you don't, you would have to find some extra time, I think, to do it outside of the homeschool. But as I was telling one of my best friends last week, she was like, what are you talking about? And I was telling her just the process that we go through. We start with moms. And moms, if you're concerned, we do take you step by step. The first module that we are actually, I'll give you a little secret. As soon as this is over, I am opening up module 1. We're doing it a week early. So anyone that has already enrolled or is enrolling now, you'll get our 5 steps to leadership education. And one of those is mom. How does mom get started? Step by step, exactly what moms need to do. We also talk about modeling and mentoring. How do you model for, well, you are modeling something for your kids. You're mentoring them. What are you modeling and mentoring? You know, I will tell you, I told you the story about Ashley and how she rolled her eyes at me. Well, I was modeling that, and that was disrespectful, and I had to teach her how not to do that. And then I had to go apologize to Steve and apologize to rolling my eyes at him as well. So we are all modeling something. What we want to do is dive into being intentional with what we model and then moving to mentoring. Mentoring is where you're walking with them, but they are doing most all of the work. So that is something we start in week 1, which is right now this week. I would love to have you join me. I'm looking to see if there are any more questions. Hello, Zay. Thank you for being here. If there are any more questions, let me know. I've talked about simplifying. I've talked about lifestyle. And you really don't need to know anything else to get started. If you would like to watch the replay, it is only available till tomorrow. When I am finished with this talk, I will put the replay on the comments. I had forgotten what the exact link is. So that would help you as well. That's all the questions we have gotten so far. I am Carrie Beck with howtohomeschoolmychild.com and Raising Leaders, Not Followers. I hope to see you in our fall class. I'll talk to you later.